In the heart of Canaan, there lived a young woman named Tamar, a woman of quiet strength and dignity. She was married to the eldest son of Judah. But he was a man troubled by wickedness, a man who chose his own desires over righteousness. His life was cut short, leaving Tamar a widow while still in her youth. Judah, bound by custom, gave Tamar to his second son, Onan. He was to fulfill the duty of raising offspring for his brother. But Onan, selfish and cunning, refused. Time after time, he betrayed Tamar and dishonored the sacred obligation. This also displeased the Lord, and Onan's life came to an untimely end. Once more, Tamar was left alone, twice a widow, twice rejected. Judah, uncertain and afraid for his youngest son, Shelah, promised Tamar, "Wait in your father's house. When Shelah grows up, I will give him to you in marriage." But the years passed, and Judah's promise, it faded like the wind. Tamar, a woman forgotten by the very family she had joined, grew weary of waiting. But within her heart, a fire began to burn, a fire of justice, of courage, of hope. One day, Tamar heard that Judah was traveling to Timnah to shear his sheep. She devised a daring plan. Tamar removed her widow's garments and veiled herself, dressed in a way that concealed her identity. She made her way to the roadside at Enaim. There she sat, beneath a sprawling tree, her heart steady, her resolve firm. She watched as Judah approached, a man older now, weathered by time, carrying his wooden staff. Judah did not recognize her. He thought she was a woman of the night. "Come now," he said. "Let me come in to you." Tamar spoke, her voice calm and measured. "What will you give me, that you may come to me?" Judah replied, "I will send you a young goat from my flock." But Tamar, wise and deliberate, said, "Only if you leave a pledge until you send it, your seal, your cord, and your staff." Judah agreed. He handed over his signet, his cord, and his staff, the symbols of his identity and authority. Months passed, and Tamar's condition became evident. She was with child. When Judah heard of this, he burned with anger. "Bring her out," he commanded. "Let her be burned for her shame." Tamar was brought before him, calm and unyielding. She held the pledge in her hands, the seal, the cord, and the staff. She spoke with quiet strength. "The father of my child is the man to whom these belong. Please, examine them and see." Judah's face fell. His eyes widened in recognition. The crowd grew silent as he held the items in his hands. He whispered, his voice trembling with guilt, "She is more righteous than I. I did not keep my word to give her my son, Shelah." In that moment, Judah not only acknowledged Tamar's courage, but also his own failures. In due time, Tamar gave birth to twin sons. During the labor, one child extended his hand. The midwife tied a scarlet thread around it, saying, "This one came out first. How you have broken through!" The midwife exclaimed. But then, the child drew back his hand, and his brother emerged first. Tamar named him Phares, meaning breach. The second child, with the scarlet thread, was named Zara. From Tamar's courage came redemption, not just for herself, but for generations to come. Her son Phares would become an ancestor of King David, and from that line would come the Messiah, Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world. Tamar's story is one of resilience, justice, and divine providence. She was forgotten, yet she became unforgettable, a woman who dared to act, and through her boldness, secured her place in the lineage of redemption.